Welcome to the first episode of Casual Commander. In this series, 4 of my friends will each select their own commander, and I will build all 4 decks to ensure a similar power level across all decks. Keep in mind, the players in question are not professional or competitive MTG players, so try to cut them slack in the comments section. This week, we have Pine, an old Gnawbone. The deck is centered around creatures that are difficult to block, or are able to deal damage even if blocked. Next, we have John, a Akiri son of Yawgmoth. The deck consists of draw spells and cards which gain you life when a spell is cast. Then we have Hamster, an Akiri Lion Slinger, and an Ardenn Tempered Archaeologist, a generic Boros equipment deck, and finally Urby, on Tolsimir Friend to Wolves, a deck jam-packed with wolves and cards to make wolf tokens. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay. So, Pine's on the play. Goes for a turn 1 Ginger Brute, attacks Urby for 1. Nothing really too special there. Then we got a Swamp Pass from John. Forest Pass from Urby. Forgotten Cave Pass from Hamster, so nothing really too spicy on turn 1. Turn 2, we have a Blade of Selves into another attack with Ginger Brute, this time at Hamster. Where are we gonna have from John? Looks like a 2-drop, a Thought Vessel. Okay, some early acceleration. Next we have Urby's turn. Land drop into... an Arcane Signet, okay. Also some minor acceleration. Turn is passed to Hamster. Probably just gonna go for his commander here. Could also have a different 2-drop. Decides to lead with Command Tower into his commander Akiri. Passes to Pine. Pine's gonna play out his land and go for Carrot's Transformation on Akiri. Now the Akiri is still his commander, but it is now a 3/3 elk. Ginger Brute's now gonna attack John, since that's the only player he hasn't attacked yet. Let's see what John has for his turn. Like a 2-mana card, a Knight's Whisper. Gonna draw 2, lose 2. See if he can follow that up with a land drop. No land, then a pass to Urby. Urby thinking about his decisions, plays a land for turn. Okay. Decides to go for a 2-mana play. What is it? Wolfwillow Haven on Tap Forest, I presume. There it is. Taps the forest to make 2 mana for a Talisman of Unity. Okay, got some extra acceleration. So on Hamster turn, he plays Plains. And a Pure Steel Paladin. Does attack the 3 into Pine. There should be 3 commander damage there, but never mind that. Might not be as relevant. Garruk Unleashed comes down. Let's see, is it gonna be a beast, or are we gonna make the Ginger Brute bigger? Looks like the Ginger Brute's about to get bigger. Any attacks? Nope. Stays back with the Brute. John's turn. Cast a Staff. So now whenever he plays a Swamp or cast a Black Spell, he's going to be gaining 1 life. Onto Urby's turn. Plays land. Making sure they're nice and tidy. Probably going for his commander here. Recounting his mana. Okay, here we have Tolsimir. So this is gonna come with a wolf, probably killing the Pure Steel Paladin would be my guess. That's the biggest threat at the table. larger threat than the Gingerbread, so yeah, there goes the Pure Steel Paladin. No defense for that. Also gains 3 life off Tolsimir's ability. On to Hamster's turn. 4th land. Into Ardenn. Okay, 2nd commander. This time 3 at Urby. Also should be commander damage. Pine, past the Pine. 5th land drop and Extruder. Okay, interesting. So let's see if Garruk makes a beast or nope. Uptaking on Gingerbread again. I think he should be starting to make some beasts here. Okay, John's turn. Cast a Sign in Blood, trying to find some more lands. He is about 2 land drops behind at this point. He does miss the trigger off of the staff. Gain 1 life. Does lose 2 life off of the Sign in Blood. Pine does remind him of the 1 life, so no issues there. Finding the right place for the Sign in Blood. Does find the land drop. Did forget about the staff trigger, and does cast Demon's Thorn, so now he's going to be gaining 2 life per black spell. Okay, so I guess that 1 life is going to be missed from the swamp being played. Urby's turn. Urby attacks with his wolf at John for 3 and passes. Okay. Hamster's turn. Plays the blast zone. Currently still pretty even. Board state, not that really anything too special. Sir the Animist, okay. Gonna start getting some lands. Well, that's not how you're supposed to do it. Guess we're not getting the card off of the Pure Steel Paladin. Must be afraid of too large of a hand size. So now we're probably using, yeah, Ardenn's ability. Equipping. So Ardenn, I'm guessing, is attacking a Garruk here. Sword triggers. And Gingerbread is gonna chump block here. Okay, Gingerbread sacked to Extruder to put a counter on itself. Upkeep, Pine has to pay for Echo. Well, doesn't have to, he is going to. Garruk is gonna make a beast here. Looks like, yep. 1 extra loyalty is added because Hamster does control 3 creatures to his 2 after the beast came into play. Now we're on John's turn. 4 mana for an Erebos. Okay. Do remember the trigger this time, so 2 life is added. In response, Urby flashes Night Pack, that is correct, because Erebos would shut down the life gain from Tolsimir, so he wouldn't be able to gain 3 life. So you should probably kill the Pure Steel Paladin here. You don't want to trade with Extruder. Yeah, he is going to take down Pure Steel Paladin, so if he targets the beast from Garruk, he could sack Blade of Self to make it a 4/4 and trade. Here he can just take out safely the Pure Steel Paladin. Okay, Pure Steel Paladin goes down. Now I believe, yeah, the Erebos has resolved and the turn has been passed to Urby. Okay, another line drop. So, going for Young Wolf here. Okay, let's see what he's gonna fight. I would fight probably Ardenn, then on the Undying, either kill Extruder or Wolf. So it looks like he targeted Extruder, and now it's from the Undying trigger, it's gonna come back. And hit the Extruder again. So this is already Undying has already triggered, so it has should have a +1/+1 counter on it. In response, Extruder is gonna be sacked to put a +1/+1 counter on the beast. The young wolf does survive because the Extruder was sacked in response, if the target was Extruder. Of course, yeah, okay, so it was. The young wolf is bigger because of Nightpack Ambusher, giving it +1/+1. And we have Wolfbriar Elemental kicked for 3. Should lose 1 life because of the Talisman is needed to make green. Because we're using 2 white for the colorless cost of Wolfbriar, and then you need green for multi-kicker. Not really sure why he did not just multi-kicker an additional time instead of casting Young Wolf, because that would pretty much do the same thing, because the wolves all off of the elemental are 3/3 because of Nightpack Ambusher, so he could have just targeted that to fight Extruder and kept the Young Wolf in hand for a later turn. Would have cost the same amount of mana, and if you would have sacked Extruder in response, you just would have had the exact same result. So I believe the wolf, the Voja from Tolsimir, is attacking Garruk and is being traded for a 3/3 beast. Turns past the Hamster, taking his time to untap. Thinking about his turn, goes for Inventor's Fair. 2 mana for a Thought Vessel, okay. Not really that impactful yet. Followed by an Open the Armory. Let's see what he finds here. Commander's Plate. Okay, that's a way to get rid of the enchantment. His commander is red and white, so it's going to get protection from green, black, and blue. So, and that is still his commander, so he can use it for equip 3 to commander. Cameron's transformation does fall off now due to the creature having protection from green. He attacks Garruk. Garruk is down. Does forget about the land drop. Searching for a land with Sword the Animist, I believe. There's a bridge. Well, guess he figures it out now. There's the land off of the Sword the Animist. Bit late, but okay. Bridge has resolved. There's a card under it now. There's a Sekir Tribe Elder. Okay, past John. What do we have? A land for turn. Okay, not missing land drops anymore. Should be fine. Maybe his commander here. Start drawing with Erebus. Now something for 3 mana. Dead of Winter. All creatures get -4/-4. Okay, so sacking Sakura to try and get a land. Don't see any life gain triggers off the artifacts. Probably missed them again. So this is gonna wipe out Urby's board completely, but leave Hamster with his commander because it has +3 from Commander's Plate and +1 for the Sword of the Animist, on top of already having a 3 toughness body by itself. So Urby puts his commander in the command zone. Dead of Winter resolves. And back to Urby. Taking his time, fixing his lands. Okay. Command tower for turn. And Tolsimir is back on the board. He can't really fight anything. Akiri has pro-green. And the Erebus is not a creature. Okay, tries to gain a life. Pine reminds him that because of Erebus, he cannot gain life with the Inventor's Sphere. Looks at his graveyard. He does still have the Sevinne's Reclamation to bring back Pure Steel Paladin. Does he have the equipment to maybe draw a card? So here goes Sevinne's on Pure Steel. He only has one target in his graveyard. He cannot bring anything else back. If you do flashback Sevinne's, you can return 2 targets from your graveyard. Okay, it looks like there is going to be something. Dousing Dagger, okay. Now he'll have to give a player 2 plants, and he draws a card off of Pure Steel. So Pine gets 2 plants. And due to Metalcraft, he can use Pure Steel Paladin's ability to make equipment costs 0. And so he can equip to Akiri without paying. Akiri attacks Urby. So we have an attack trigger of getting a basic. And then once it connects, because all of Urby's creatures are green, Commander's Plate is giving Prober green, so he cannot block. The Dousing Dagger will transform. So getting a plains with a sword. Dousing Dagger transforms. So hitting in for quite a lot of commander damage here. So could possibly be lethal on Ardenn during the next turn. Okay. Pine goes for Old Gnawbone, and that's it. End of turn. John uses a Rebus to lose 2 life and draw a card. Okay. For Obnixilis, reignited. Okay. We gonna remember the life gain? Does not look like it. Okay, Obnixilis plus, lose a life, draw a card. Remembers the life gain. Bit late, but okay. It is casual. Reliquary Tower for land and pass to Urby. See, he's got 9 mana here, so let's see what he can do. Generous Gift, targeting Commander's Plate. In response, Boros Charm, giving permanents indestructible. This looks like it's gonna save the Commander's Plate. And he does get a 3/3 beast on top of it. Generous Gift does not say it has to be destroyed in order to get the beast. So no getting rid of the Commander's Plate here. Few mana. SRAM Senior Artificer. Okay. So this is gonna get a bit out of control for the Boros equipment deck. 4 mana. Inventor's Sphere. Okay. Reading what it does. Okay. So Inventor's Sphere does find any artifact. He's gonna go find Colossus Hammer. Probably gonna equip it to the Akiri, and so how much does he have? So that would be a. So basically, Akiri is lethal at this point. Should trigger SRAM first on cast, then when Colossus Hammer enters the battlefield, does trigger. So equipped Hammer, attacks Pine. On attacks, flashes in Embercleave. Don't know why he did not attack with multiple creatures to make Embercleave cheaper. He would have killed Pine on first strike, regardless if he blocks one of his other creatures, so he should have just made Embercleave cheaper. He doesn't really need to block when Akiri has Vigilance, but nonetheless. Next is John's turn. What's gonna happen here? Probably he's gonna need to go for his commander here. He's running out of time. Yes, okay, that's a good start. We're gonna see the life gain, or is it gonna be a miss trigger again? Okay, we do have the life gain. Off of the 2 artifacts of Nixilis. Looks like he's gonna draw a card and lose a life yet again. 4 mana with 2 lands due to Cryptghast. Casting Kirik. Son of Yawgmoth, triggering Extort. Paying 1 black for the Extort. And triggering both his artifacts. Looks like this might be a pass. So there was 1 mana still floating, which he should have used to draw a card with Erebus, because he can use the synergy between Kirik and Erebus to make it 1 mana and lose 4 life to draw a card. So there was a card draw missed. Here comes a Wicked Wolf. I'm pretty sure that's an Evolving Wilds, but he still did tap enough even with the Evolving Wilds not counting as a land. So the Wicked Wolf fought Pure Steel Paladin and SRAM. So 1 was because of Wicked Wolf's ability to fight, and 1 was because of Tolsimir's ability to make Wicked Wolf fight. So, okay, and the Evolving Wilds issue has been fixed. Okay, so this looks like an attack on... Guess we'll see. He definitely did attack. Okay, so it's on Urby. Gonna put a land to play tapped. He has lethal with commander damage. Post combat, gonna go for a Star Compass. Five, 7 mana? Okay, I think he just missed 2 mana here. So he should have 2 mana untapped here because this is 7 mana. 3 mana. Sword of Vengeance. Okay, stop right there. Some of you might have figured it out already, but Hamster could have taken out both opponents this turn. What he needed to do was play the Sword of Vengeance pre-combat, cast his commander Ardenn, and use Rogue's Passage on Ardenn. Then, at the beginning of combat, he would attach Embercleave, Colossus Hammer, and Sword of Vengeance on Ardenn, which would enable him to swing with Ardenn at John and with Akiri at Urby. Together, they would each assign lethal commander damage to their respective opponents. Okay, not using that pre-combat, that's pretty interesting, because it does give the creature haste. So now, Nykthos for turn. Okay, start with Ob Nixilis. Draw a card. I don't like tapping Nykthos here. Unless he really doesn't have any creatures in his hand. You should always wait with Nykthos until you can get the most amount of mana out of it. So, a study here. So his devotion is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So he's gonna lose 7 life, draw 7 cards. I'm not sure about the artifact triggers, if they happened. I think they did. One counter is also put on Kirik because he casts a black spell. Can't really see how much mana he's got on that Nykthos. Here comes a bat, so this would have been much better if we waited with Nykthos. So getting the life off of the artifacts and then using Extort. So he can pay 2 life with Kirik to activate Extort, and then he gains 1 life and the opponent loses 1 life. So he can do that with every Extort. Okay, going for a veto. Ooh, this could be scary. So 2 life off the artifacts. Wait, now he's paying for Extort? Okay, that seems... He should definitely not be doing that, because he's dead to commander damage, so his life total is the same, whether it's 30 or it's 0. Oh, sorry, or it's 1. Okay, so he paid for both Extorts, not a good idea. This was still with veto on the stack, so veto did not have an effect on this. There's a whip. Whip triggers 2 life. The opponent should lose 2 life because of veto. Looks like that's not happening. The extorts trigger. He pays the 4 life for both of them. Should be resolving them one by one, but okay. Both resolve. Okay, he did correctly gain the life. Because he gained life, he triggers veto with the extort. Promise of power. Okay. Gaining 2 life off of the artifacts. Losing 2 life off of veto. Okay. 4 life for the extort. Okay. So this is because when he extorts, he also does gain a life, which is another 1 lost life off of veto. Okay, Twilight Prophet. So gain 2 life, lose 2 life. So extort for 4, gain 2, lose 2, and then he should lose another 2. Yeah, okay. Should lose another 2. Creek, that also trigger, yeah. There's a deadly relic. Killing his commander. So gain 2 life, lose 2 life off of the artifacts, then pay for extort. Gain 2, lose 2, and then Hamster should lose 2 more due to the veto. Now we're going to combat. So Akiri's gonna block Creek because it has first strike. Because any life gained is turned into damage with veto. And I guess the beast has to block Erebus to survive. So he takes 2 from Ghast, and then he takes 7 off of veto, or 8. Depending on Erebus's power. And I think he should just barely survive. I think he missed a couple of triggers here that would have made this lethal. Also, his mana management was pretty poor. He did not pay his life for extort every single time. He could have waited with Nykthos before activating it. I think there's still a 1 during his main phase on the Nykthos, so he could have at least activated Erebus one more time. So here, they're just calculating the damage. So he's gonna stay at 3, and probably just, when he passes, swing with Akiri and finish it with commander damage. So it looks like Boros Equipments is gonna take it down. Yep. Okay, GG.